Welcome back. You're listening to the opening game of the 1908 World Series on Game Day Radio. Be at the game with Game Day Radio. We're in the top of the ninth here in Detroit. The Tigers entered the inning with a one-run lead over the defending world champs. But after getting leadoff batter Johnny Evers to ground out to first, pitcher Ed Summers proceeded to give up 5 straight singles and 3 runs, and the Tigers now trail the Cubs by a score of 8-6, with still only 1 out and runners at first and second. The next Chicago batter will be catcher Johnny Kling. Johnny batting .276 with 4 home runs and 59 RBI on the season. The Tigers are going to stick with Ed Summers. It looks like it's up to him to get himself out of this jam. Ed climbs up, starts his motion, and delivers a breaking ball, which comes in low and outside for ball 1. This portion of the top of the ninth inning of Game 1 of the 1908 World Series is brought to you by the Ford Motor Company and the brand new Model T automobile, manufactured right here in Detroit, Michigan. Summers delivers the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. It looked like Kling just couldn't catch up to that fastball. Ed Summers facing his 7th batter of the inning and still only 1 out. The Cubs now leading the Tigers 8-6, plating 3 runs so far in the top of the ninth. And they might not be done yet with runners Joe Tinker at first and Solly Hoffman at second. Summers' next pitch to Johnny Kling comes in low for ball 2. 2-1. Kling 0 for 2 today. He did walk in the second and reach on an error in the third, but then flied out to left into 6th and later laid down a sac bunt in the 8th to move Joe Tinker over to third. Summers winds up and delivers the next one. Hoffman breaks for third, and now Tinker takes off for second. The pitch comes in low, and Bosch Schmidt does his best to get a hold of it, set his feet in the mud, and fire it down to Schaefer at third. The throw not in time. Hoffman safe at third, and Tinker safe at second. It's a double steal. As soon as Summers went into his windup, Solly Hoffman took off for third, and a split second later, Tinker broke for second. Schmidt knew he had no shot at the fleet-footed Tinker and tried to get Hoffman, but Solly got a good jump and will be credited with a postseason stolen base along with Joe Tinker. And that's Tinker's 2nd stolen base of the day. Summers now back on the mound, scuffing the dirt in front of the rubber to get a better footing, as he ponders his next pitch in this, the first of possibly 7 World Series games. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Line drive base hit into center field. Hoffman is in for another run. Tinker rounds third, and he will score. Chalk up 2 more RBIs for Johnny Kling as he ends up at first with yet another Cubby single. The Cubs extend their lead to 4. The score now 10-6 in favor of the Cubs. Cubs look unstoppable right now, and the Tigers are watching this one slip away. And this is definitely not the way Detroit wanted to open up the World Series at their home ballpark. 5 runs in and still only 1 out. And now Ed Summers to face his Chicago counterpart, Mordecai Three-Finger Brown. Ideal situation for a bunt here with a runner at first and 1 out. Summers back on the hill and ready to pitch. Here it comes. Brown initially shows bunt, but pulls the bat back as Summers throws, and the pitch comes in high for ball 1. This is the first at-bat of the game for Three-Finger Brown after he took over pitching duties from Orville Overall in the 8th. Brown batting .207 this season with 4 RBIs on 25 hits and 20 strikeouts. Summers starts his windup and throws the next one. Brown watches it go by for a called strike. The count moves to 1-1. Ed Summers has given up 6 consecutive one-out singles to Cubs hitters, resulting in 5 ninth-inning Chicago runs. The Cubs lead the Tigers 10-6 late in the first game of the 1908 World Series. Summers settles in and delivers to Brown, who's already showing bunt. He lays down a little roller back towards the mound. Summers gets to it, picks it up, and throws it over to first to get Brown. But Brown does his job, and Kling advances to second. 2 down now, and a runner at second for the Cubs here in the top of the ninth. The Tigers really needed that out. Mordecai Brown, the first man not to reach in the last 7 batters. Here comes the 9th batter of the inning, left fielder Jimmy Sheckard. Jimmy 3 for 5 today with a run scored and 2 doubles. Summers starts his windup and delivers the next pitch, which comes in high for ball 1. Sheckard's 2 doubles both came off starter Ed Killian. The first came as the leadoff hitter to open the game, but he didn't score. He did score on a Frank Schulte single after his second double, which came in the 3rd inning. Summers takes to the mound and settles in for the delivery. The pitch. Checkard hits a high fly ball to center field. Crawford moves under it and is there to make the catch to retire the side. But the damage to Detroit is done. The Cubs put up 5 runs on 6 hits with 1 left, and after 8.5, it's the Cubs 10 and the Tigers 6. The Tigers have just 3 more outs to try to mount another big comeback on baseball's biggest stage. Can they do it? We'll have the answer when we return for the bottom of the 9th inning of Game 1 of the 1908 World Series on Game Day Radio.